Hey everybody!
Hey everybody!
I said mine with this.
Yeah.
Go on.
Keep going.
Welcome back to the King of the
Why
Bean.
does that always shut you down entirely? Like, every time that happens,
Like you
just,
act like it's
stop.
never happened.
No, I'm just always in my head. I'm like, are they gonna do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when I clap and start and I'm sitting here, I'm like, should I do it?
Do I do it?
And then both of you are just like, if he does it, I do it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
obviously.
But
It's called team spirit. You
yeah.
ever heard of it?
Welcome back to the King of the Bean. I am your host, Ian, and this is Josh, and this is Ryan. And today is February 13th.
Allegedly.
Ooh.
So, we're going to talk about tomorrow, which is Valentine's Day, as seen by this sign.
What does
And
it say?
Frills, it says, Happy Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
I couldn't
Reading.
I didn't know how to read.
Reading is fundamental.
Reading is what? Fundamental. They do it Drag Race.
It's gay.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the gay version.
Because, they don't read books, they just read each other.
Yeah.
Like throwing shade and
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I got you. Did I tell you that the
Throwing
new
bullets.
slang?
Yeah.
Throwing bullets.
No, but I googled that. It doesn't exist on the internet.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
no Urban Dictionary or anything.
it
I
hasn't-
think those
I
saga...
think it hasn't hit the streets yet.
I think those kids are just being very insensitive about the school shooting that happened at their high school.
It's
Probably.
possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Anyway, so what's going on
You know what?
today?
Say
But
about
yeah,
that.
so Valentine's Day. So we're going to start off with a brief history lesson on the holiday. And how
Take it away, Josh.
how it became the thing that we know today, and Ryan is going to share because he was doing research and writing stuff down.
I did write stuff
So
down.
let me give you Josh's rendition of what I
Alright.
believe Valentine's Day is.
go for it.
It may or may not be true. So one day there was this man who called him Saint Valentine's Day. So he was like,
His name was Saint Valentine's
so
Day.
so he's like,
I'm with you, Josh.
and he's like, all right, everyone around here, you guys need to fall in love. They call me Valentine's Day. We can make that a whole thing. I'll marry you guys off, and we'll make this a whole holiday. And everyone's like, great, that sounds like a great idea. And then one guy was just like, okay, we got the Saint Valentine's Day guy. He'll be the face of the market. We'll use him to get money. So they used him to get money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as they wanted.
As they wanted, and they succeeded, and has been the thing since the ye olden times. Anyways, that was Josh's rendition of what happened on Valentine's
That's
Day.
not a terrible rendition. You okay there?
Yeah, it's just annoying me.
Oh well.
There we go.
That's better for you?
Anyways.
Alright. Anyway, that's not terrible.
Wait, but what about Cupid?
Cupid's not a Valentine's Day thing. He's a Halloween thing.
What? No, you lost me.
You lost me. You lost me.
I was
No,
with
I
you,
was with you.
and then you said Halloween,
No, okay,
and I
alright.
lost
Alright,
everything.
Josh. My turn.
Okay.
Step aside.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Time to talk about Valentine's Day.
So this one's the truth.
Allegedly.
It's closer.
What's anything but the truth?
A lie?
I guess that's true.
Alright. So this is Ryan's rendition based
Pay
on
attention.
the 5 minutes of research
I just needed
did.
you to see my head shake,
It's okay.
and then I was gonna go over there.
Okay. Alright. So before we talk about Valentine's Day,
Let's
we
talk
have
about Valentine's Day.
we have to talk about who is Saint Valentine.
Day.
You may be asking, that's his last name. Everyone knows this. You may be asking
Does
yourself.
his last name include the apostrophe S?
Yeah, obviously. Well, because his first name is Valentine's.
Yeah.
No,
And
his
his
first
last
name is
name is
Valentine, and his last name is
Today.
Today.
I actually knew someone named Sadea.
That's a lovely name.
Not Zendaya?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's Sadea.
Yeah, no, not like the
I think
actress.
it was an apostrophe too.
Anyways.
Anyway, so no one knows for sure,
I know.
but Josh, please.
I'm here for the gas. Go ahead.
Okay, there are 3 people,
And Josh.
and Josh. There are 3 Saint Valentines in the Christian pantheon. Is that what it's called?
Sure, I like the idea of that.
Of saints.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 3 people ideally associated with St. Valentine's Day. So the first St. Valentine's
And Josh.
and Josh,
Yeah.
they were all martyrs, by the way, which means they were all killed. But the first one was a priest during the 3rd century of Roman times, so the 200s.
Number 3 million.
The 200s, and he was basically what happened was the emperor at the time, Claudius II, the Roman emperor, felt
Sir Claudius.
yeah, as his friends called him,
Yeah.
felt that single men made better soldiers. So he outlawed marriage to young men
Interesting.
because he's like, you gotta serve in the army and you gotta be single, so you can't get married.
You think it's because he was single and he didn't want anyone else to be married?
The article I read didn't get into that, but it's possible. It's possible. And so what this first Saint Valentine? Do you need something?
No.
Okay.
Just feeling the chair.
Okay.
Go on. We're off to a great start here.
The first Saint Valentine of Rome. This is gonna take forever. He basically married young couples in secret.
Oh.
So he was associated with
Yeah,
love.
that's what I
and then
said.
he got caught and beheaded and killed.
Wait, why was it a bad thing to marry them? Because they weren't of age?
No,
Did you
because
listen to anything I said?
because
the emperor banned marriage
yeah,
for young men because he felt that soldiers
who were single.
who were single, men who were single made better soldiers.
No.
That's
So he outlawed marriage for young men, but this Saint Valentine of Rome, I think it was, secretly married young couples who wanted to get married anyway.
This is the first Valentine.
This is the first.
Oh, okay.
Saint
See, I thought we moved on to a second one, and that's why I was like, where's the
Because
disconnect?
you're not listening to me.
I showed him one thing, but I didn't realize we were on the same
One
thing.
thing is all it takes.
Yeah.
One kiss is all it takes. Anyway.
Okay, yeah, anyway, so that's the first one. Got caught, got killed.
Got.
Second
He
Saint
got
Valentine of Terni.
Where's that?
Probably Italy somewhere. I don't know. They're all Roman, so probably Rome, maybe. I don't know. Didn't do the research. But basically, he was
West
a
Italy.
bishop who was was killed for helping persecuted Christians because in the Roman Empire, Christianity was persecuted.
Sure.
Believe it or not. So he would help people, and then he got caught and was killed. He also, fun fact, is the patron saint of epilepsy and beekeepers because apparently he was also known to cure epilepsy.
Interesting.
So,
And the bees?
don't know.
Birds
But
and bees.
he, so he helped persecuted Christians, and I think the festival of Saint Valentine is associated with this one. So which was a festival that was held in honor of his
Wait,
death.
so in this Roman time, killing people for being Christian was common,
Yes.
and he got in trouble for doing that?
No, he got in trouble for helping the persecuted Christians. So it didn't get into
Got it.
didn't get into super details of what he did, but I assume
I thought you said
he
he...
protected them in some way, and then he got caught for helping them, and then he got killed.
I heard helped persecute Christians, not help persecuted.
The persecuted Christians.
that.
Yeah.
Missing a D in my ear.
Okay. So that was the third one. Again, I think the festival, the holiday, traditionally was associated with that one. And then the third one, don't know where he's from, but he basically helped Christians escape Roman prisons, which, because the Christianity was illegal, so they would be imprisoned or killed or whatever. And so he would help them escape, and he, at some point, as the stories go, was imprisoned himself, and it was believed that he, while in prison, wrote the first Valentine to the jailer's daughter, because he was like, hey, you're hot. His Valentine's Day card.
Hey, you
and it was signed, what was it? I wrote it down. From your Valentine. So that's his name, right? You could say from your Ryan or from your, but because his name was Valentine, it's from your Valentine, and then we kind of adopted that as a popular sign off on Valentine's Day cards. Because I'm your Valentine, right? So that's where that came from. And so I think clearly all three of these mythoses went together to make the tradition of Valentine's Day, all three of these individuals. But those are the 3 Saint Valentines that
It's
exist.
about love.
Yeah.
It's about saving Christianity.
Yeah.
And it's about
fall in love with
Fall in love with
the
your
priest.
jailer's daughter.
sending supposedly anonymous cards to
Yeah. The
The
first
people you find attractive.
the first anonymous text.
Yeah.
you up.
And apparently Saint Valentine is a popular saint in England and France.
A saint?
A saint
Oh, got it.
in England and France.
What do you think he said?
Saint? Like a saint?
Oh.
Like a super saint?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
exactly what I was going to
That's what
say
I'm saying.
next.
And then, so the origins of the holiday. So again, one theory is to celebrate Saint Valentine, and there was a feast of Saint Valentine's that happened in the middle of February, which is believed to be the time one of them died.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there's 3 people who kind of inspire it. So the second one I think is the main one. And
Imagine if they all died in like middle of February.
That'd be
could
cool.
be. Yeah. And then
I don't know if they use the word cool, but
it is what it is. And then the second theory of why this takes place in the middle of February is an appropriation of a pagan holiday. Weird how that
whoa,
works.
again?
Yeah, it's like Christianity likes to do that. And this holiday...
Was it rooted in Christianity, or is it rooted in Catholicism because they were...
Catholicism.
Well, Catholicism is a
It's a
sect
subsection.
of Christianity.
Well, because what were Romans at the time? Pagan?
At the time, yeah.
They're Roman.
Because it was Roman mythology, right? Was the dictator. And then later on, when Roman adopted Christianity and Catholicism, then that's where you get the Roman Catholic Church, because they had their own sect of Catholicism. But at this time, it's still traditional Roman beliefs. And so the Roman celebration was called Lupercalia, which was a fertility festival dedicated to the Roman god of agriculture, as well as the founders of Rome, mythologically, Romulus and Remus.
I love Romulus.
Have you heard...
The name of that.
Or, yeah, Romulus. Romulus, yeah, I was right. Have you heard the origin story of Rome? Do you know that story?
No, but can I make up a random story? Of what
Yeah,
I
go
believe?
for it.
So, there...
No, I'm here for it.
So, how I believe Rome came to be was there's like this guy. His name was Romero. All right.
Okay, I just gave you 2 names to choose from.
All right. Romero.
Yeah.
Yeah. I already too great. So, go ahead.
No, continue, please.
His name was
Disregard everything I just said.
His name was Romero.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm with
So
you.
he made his way, and he's like, "Oh, look, this is a nice area. It's a nice flat land." And the other guy's like, "Are you blind? There's mountains and trees here.
Yeah.
We're gonna, chop them up and like cut them into pieces.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
Right.
To then use those pieces to build up the Roman Empire." So now you may be wondering where all these other people find out. They realize that this area that used to be a lot of forest now has nothing, and they're like, "What's going on?" They're gonna check it out, and they're like, "Oh shit, there's stuff going on here. We should stay here," and that's how it came to be.
I like that version.
Go ahead.
I don't think I need to say the real one. I think that one's pretty good.
I know. Anyways,
All
go on.
So
let's hear the non.
So the truncated version of this is basically Romulus and Remus were 2 twins who were babies.
Where's Romero?
You know what? I don't know. I can't answer that.
Did he die in the womb? Was he the
Probably.
triplet?
Yeah, basically though, they didn't have parents and were raised by a wolf, and then they lived with the wolf in a den, and then they built Rome there.
Honestly, my story was just as palpable.
Yeah, that's the truncated version because I don't remember all the details because I didn't research that.
No, that's fair.
But the festival, Lupercalia, remember going back to that, was the festival that they kind of took. And if you want to know some details about the festival real quick, they sacrificed a goat for fertility and a dog for purification. Oh. And at the end of the festival, all young single ladies would put their names...
All the single ladies. All the single ladies.
Would put their names in a big urn in the middle of town, and then the young single men would pick a name out, and then you were partnered with that person for a whole year. See,
year?
Yep, and according to the article I read, most of those ended in marriage, so I guess it works.
Okay.
So maybe we should bring back the urn.
No.
Okay.
Bring back my urn.
And then since you mentioned Cupid, Cupid is a Greek god named Eros, which is the god of love. And that was just kind of brought in because, you know, it kind of fits the theme.
Yeah.
And then eventually capitalism took over and Hallmark existed. And they're like, hey, we could sell cards and candy. Let's use this holiday and be like, oh, if you don't love your loved ones, then and you buying them candy and cards, then you don't actually love them.
Obviously.
And so spend your money here, please.
And that was
And that's Valentine's Day.
as we know,
In an extremely truncated version.
Yeah.
And now, which one of you knows the other word or name
You have to buzz in.
of Valentine's Day?
the other name for Valentine's Day?
Yeah. What is it?
I don't know.
You had your hand raised.
I was buzzing.
Oh, that's
Oh.
what we're doing? Oh, got it.
You gotta buzz in.
Okay.
Josh.
Alright.
No, you gotta buzz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. The other name for Valentine's Day
Uh-huh.
is Dia del Amor.
Okay.
I'm not just saying what do you call Valentine's Day in Spanish?
I hear you. I hear
Instructions unclear. I'm right.
you. No, I hear you.
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong though.
Okay, what is the other name in English that people call Valentine's Day?
Beep.
Ryan?
Day of love.
No. It's something that you probably used in high school.
That made me less clear.
Yeah, textbook.
No.
Just
You remember
name
how
one.
we used to call it like Singles Awareness Day?
Oh yeah. Beep. Singles Awareness Day. I got it.
Is it a backpack?
Are you
Beep. Pencil.
you guys goats?
Yeah. Well, cause you know how it go. Boop, boop, boop. Look, you can do any kind of buzzer you want.
Anyways,
There's
go
no
on.
rules.
But yeah, I was just remembering how we used
I
to call
forgot
it
about that.
Singles Awareness Day.
I still celebrate that.
Hey, but you had a streak of
Had a few years.
5 or 6 non-Singles Awareness Days.
Are you looking for love?
February
Just on-
14th.
No, in the wrong places apparently.
No, but-
Looking for love.
but is that something
Not
like...
active. Like I'm not on any dating apps or anything because I don't like them. But like,
Dude,
I'm
but
open.
do you-
Ladies, he's
I'm open.
single.
I'm open to the idea.
You're open to the idea if it's not something that you're actively going to be seeking out?
Well, because I don't like dating apps, so I'm not gonna do that.
You don't have to do dating apps.
I
I'm
know,
just
but
saying,
that's
just
kind of
like-
the option right now.
I know it is, sadly.
That's yeah. And I don't
Can
like
you
it.
let us go on dating apps for you?
No.
No.
I'll do it for you.
It's fun doing it with Evie.
I
and
actually don't know.
she would
what your
mirror
type
her
of
thing
woman
onto
is.
the TV.
I think that would be the first step in going on apps for you. Realizing what kind of women you're into.
That's fair. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Anyways, what are you going to say?
I was saying that it was fun when we were helping Evie with that, and we would put them on the screen and
yeah.
read their bios and like
Yeah, but
read them.
But on dating apps, men are trash, and it's just
It's true.
easier.
But
There's a lot of
but for
trashy
me,
women,
if we
too.
did it with him,
Sure.
I'd also be very interested to see what it's like with mostly women.
I just want to see what he's attracted to and be like, oh, okay, that's what you're into.
Yeah,
based
Because you
off
already
the
know mine.
based off the two, yeah, short Mexican man. Based off the two,
Specifically.
based off the two women that I know that you've dated / were interested in,
Mm-hmm.
I have a size
Short,
And
small.
short and small. Yeah.
No, Nia was about my height.
Was she?
Yeah, she was only like a.
Do you remember
shorter.
that?
Yeah.
Was she taller than you?
Yes, she
Yeah.
was.
Oh.
Which you know.
She was just a little shorter than me.
Yeah. So I have a size, and that's
Petite.
about it. Yeah.
I feel like it's on a spectrum.
I'm sure you have like many interests. I just personally don't know. I never actually asked this question.
Maybe we'll
When we go on our
right,
when we go on our walk later today, we'll
We'll
talk
talk
about
about
it.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, we should do an episode.
About how we're interested in. Yeah, that's fair.
Ryan's
No. If he doesn't want to talk about it, he doesn't want to talk about it. That's fair.
I feel like that'd be weird.
No, I get it.
If you are interested in learning what I'm attracted to in a person, then comment down below. And if we get 10 comments, then we'll do it.
All right, fair enough.
If we get
I'll put in that. I'm not.
if we
joking.
get 100 likes on this video,
Look, I'm trying to set realistic goals. That's why I said 10
if we
comments.
get 10 likes,
We
It-
get
it's
10,
just-
if there are 10 comments of people, unique accounts, that's not just Ian making a fake account.
You would.
I mean, I know 10 people that I can ask to just
That's
put
fair.
comments.
Then we'll see. Well, now I'm scared. 20. 20. Do you know 20 people?
That's harder.
Okay, 20. All right.
Anyways,
All
go
right, anyway,
on.
what were we talking
Yeah,
about?
what are we talking about?
Before we were talking about Ryan?
I just mentioned Singles Awareness Day,
Oh,
and
yeah.
how that used to be a thing, and it was either like celebrate the fact that independence, being by yourself, usually with other single people, just because it kind of sucks if you don't have somebody, but
Can.
well, if you don't have somebody on Valentine's Day, I would say specifically, just because everybody else is like, oh, love, blah, 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 and you're just like...
Bah humbug.
That's bah humbug. Pretty much. Or it's just, like, annoying to see other people kind of, like, flaunt it, and you're just like, that's great, but why are you doing it in my face?
So what is your perspective? I'm taking power
I was getting
Valentine's Day.
I was getting there.
I jumped the gun.
Let me...
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Well, so my next thing was like, what does Valentine's Day mean to like you? So I guess that's similar.
That's similar, yeah.
Do you want to start with me? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, whoever, you're in charge.
I mean, for me, yeah, it always seemed like this thing where you're supposed to go out, you're supposed to buy flowers and the card and give gift and all that stuff. First of all, I will never go out to a restaurant on Valentine's Day.
I have.
I do not want to be in those crowds. I do not want to have to like fight for a reservation or anything. It's too much. Neither of us are those types of people, thank God. So like I think every year on Valentine's Day what we usually do is we get pizza.
Sure.
And we'll go have a nice night like another day, but it won't be like that day.
Yeah.
And then for me, I don't know. I do like doing something nice though and getting gifts and stuff. But I like doing that all the time, so it's not really special. But it's nice to have like a reason, I guess. Let's see. What have I given you in the past for Valentine's Day? I know I drew you a purple orchid.
You gave me a whole basket. That may have also been for my...
That was your birthday, I think.
Okay, it was one of those times.
And I think the year before that, I gave you Kit Kats and an actual purple orchid.
Yes, and then my mom took the orchid.
Yeah, she stole it because she's like, "Oh, you're not going to take care of that, mine."
Which it's still there to this day.
Yeah.
She took care of it.
Yeah. Props to her.
Yeah, it would have been dead if I had it. I'm gonna be honest.
So we've been dating for 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 Valentine's Days so far, and I have given him a flower and candy both times. One of them was a painting.
Typical.
What the
classics, really, for Valentine's
The painting,
Day.
I have it right there.
I know, I've seen it. It's a good painting.
And the painting's like it's different take.
That wasn't meant to be derogatory.
But
You can't go wrong with flowers and chocolates, honestly.
Yeah.
Classics.
And then we usually end up going to like Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah. I drive them there and be like, I got you.
As if you wouldn't drive anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes I drive when I'm picking him out.
That's true. He does.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give him credit when it's due. And then on the drive back, I'm driving.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
It depends on what we're doing.
Or if you're tired.
Or if I have a headache.
Yeah.
Or if I'm just there.
Or if I just don't want to.
Yeah. You sit in the passenger seat and refuse to move.
Does
he do that to you?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
No.
It's not just me.
I've never done that to you.
You have had moments where you're just like walking towards the passenger side, and I tell you, it's like, oh, so I'm driving? And you're like, and you just stay quiet for a little bit. Like you're debating whether or not you should say yes or no.
Well, sometimes I'm not thinking about it, and then you say it, I'm like, oh, should I not be going this way?
Should I move or not?
There was one time, though, where we both got in the car, and then he was like, you know what, you drive. And I was just like, I'm already buckled in and comfy.
Yeah, well.
But I swapped.
Anyways.
But yeah, so what about you? What does it mean to you? What's your perspective on the holiday?
Honestly, it's nothing too special. I've had bad experiences with Valentine's Day in the past.
Tell us about it. Because I had like 25 years of Singles Awareness Day. And then I've had like 2 years of Valentine's Day, so.
Yeah. But, my ex that I had,
The long-term one?
The long-term one, yeah, just wasn't committed to the relationship, and it showed a lot, and I think Valentine's Day was one of those bigger days where, like, I don't expect to do something on Valentine's Day, and I think it was just, the idea is like, oh, it's just a nice excuse now to do something where I was kind of hoping that he do something for me. I like asked him, I was like, oh, we should do something. He's like, yeah, totally. And then he's like, didn't do anything about that. And then I planned everything, which is not the biggest deal, but like I had specifically asked him, it's like, hey, I want you to plan something out, and he just didn't.
Yeah, it's nice to see when the other person actually shows that they're making an effort.
I just found it more annoying because I asked and I did not receive.
Yeah.
That was my thing.
Well, you were asking him to put an effort, and he was just like, I'd rather
To
not.
be honest,
Just didn't, yeah.
I have been really bad about that in the past too, of not planning things.
Sure.
And that's been a point of contention,
Yeah.
validly, to be entirely fair. I'm not a good planner, and that's something that I intend to work on in the future. But that I've been on the other side of that, and I understand the frustrations for the person who's like, I just want you to plan something, and the person doesn't, because I have been the other person who doesn't, and I get it, I understand.
Yeah, but it's just it was not a good time for me in general.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of one-sidedness is all. So I guess Valentine's Day just to me is like I don't necessarily need something, but in that specific sense, I was like, it's a perfect excuse for you to do something.
Right.
And it was not taken.
It's always a good idea to show that your partner that you care, and on Valentine's Day especially because it's so like culturally like the day you do that, like it's a good idea to, if you actually care, put in some effort.
Sure, but to me, like if like the situation was like, no, dude, it was like showing affection like on like a regular basis or whatever.
It wouldn't mean as much.
On a regular basis, every other day, like Valentine's Day, it wouldn't be such a big deal for me if we didn't do anything. So
Yeah.
That's what I was going on about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're saying the same thing.
Yeah, I wanted to finish my statement.
That's fair.
What about you, Ryan?
What
What about you, Rai?
I haven't been called Rai in a while. You know what's funny about that though, just side tangentially, and 2 of my previous jobs, there has always been someone who just will randomly call me Rai out of nowhere. No reason to. They're just like, hey Rai, and I'm like, hey, alright. I'm like, at my last job, it was this French lady who was cool, who worked at Square Enix, so I'm like, I'll take it. It's fine. But I don't know. In general, I feel like Valentine's Day shouldn't be an excuse to do something for someone you love. Like, I think it is, but I think that if that's the only day you're celebrating, that's not good.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
a problem.
It's Valentine's Day, we have to go do so. Hey, here's some flowers on Valentine's Day.
should,
If that's like the only time you're buying flowers or doing something, I think that's a problem.
You shouldn't do it because you have to. You should be doing it because you want to, and
it should be a year-long thing.
also,
not just on
all the stuff you're gonna buy on Valentine's Day is probably cheaper every other time of the year.
It's hella upcharge. It's
Yeah,
gross.
of course, because capitalism and let's make money on it. But like, I'm fine with it. Like, I don't mind. It's whatever. It's nice, to send some Valentine grams or whatever in school, or just be nice to people.
Do you remember those good old days in like elementary school where you get
I only got
cards?
when you would give out cards to people.
You had to like give out to everyone because you didn't want.
Well, in elementary school, but I remember in junior high and high school they would sell them.
Oh no, I remember that too. I didn't get jack shit.
Well, because there was the cards that you could buy and you would write name, play candy on, but then there was like the Valentine grams or something like that.
But I remember, you would like go to like Rite Aid or the grocery store or whatever, and you'd buy like this box that had like 30 cards in it.
Yeah,
and then you would tape like a candy to each one and hand it out.
There was one kid in elementary school.
What screams capitalism more? Buy this paper that you don't need, put someone's name on it, to give them chocolate that you just bought over there, to give to someone when you could just do it without the card, or write your own card.
Yeah, without the extra step.
Yeah.
No,
but it was fun because especially as a kid, you could get like Scooby-Doo ones, or
you just get candy.
Get Barbie ones. Well, I mean for the cards.
Oh, sure.
And like giving different theme cards was what was fun.
Yeah.
But what kind of gifts did you give Daisy on Valentine's Day?
I feel that because I don't think
Look, it's been a while, okay?
I don't know if you have given me a gift on Valentine's
Day. I think mostly what I remember, like we would always go to dinner somewhere, but it wouldn't be like a cheap. It'd be like somewhere like not necessarily nicer, but like Daisy also liked a lot of like the cool trendy places, so we'd go like someplace like home. We brought you to home, or mom brought you to home recently. And so I think we went there one year. It's a really cool restaurant, Los Feliz. So like places like that we would go to and just do something like have a nice dinner. I always brought flowers, her favorite cookies, which I would do generally anyway.
What are her favorite cookies?
She likes the little Milano cookies with the dark chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd get her a bag of those. I'd get her some Takis and some flowers. But I would do that like not every time I went to see her, but like, you know, monthly generally anyway. But
Did you do that?
Maybe on Valentine's get her 2 boxes of cookies.
Did you do that a lot for the whole 5-6 years, or was that a lot more in the beginning?
No, it was a lot more at the end.
Oh.
Yeah.
When you got a job.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, yeah, and when she was closer, not living in Riverside and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, when I would go down to her place in North Hollywood, it'd just be...
But at that time, you got her more stuff than when you visited in Riverside?
Yes.
Because I think it was the opposite. It was more like when we weren't seeing each other often, and I mean, we moved in together, so we see each other all the time now.
Mm-hmm.
But that was more when I would give him, like, the random stuff all the time. Like, I should just randomly get him, like, Kit Kats or, you know, a flower.
Which was very weird to me. Because I just never expected anything.
Yeah.
So it was nice. It was just a little weird for me. It's like, oh,
Yeah, I get that.
affection.
He didn't do the same, but that was okay.
I didn't. do
He's
the
not a
same.
gift giver.
Yeah,
I'm
he's not.
I'm not a good gift giver either. It's something I had to learn, which is probably why it was also more so at the end, because something I learned, like, oh, I should do this more.
Yeah, I like to think that I do things. Been bad at it recently, but I do more things.
He did gift me the Snorlax randomly that we have.
Because I saw him like, he'll like.
And he's gifted me random like Kirby plush, the one that's on my desk.
Yeah. But yeah, it was mostly stuff like that I remember. That doesn't mean that that's all it was, because we know my memory's not ideal.
No, that's fine.
But that's mostly what I remember, is be dinner and like stuff like that. And just spending time. Especially when she was in Riverside and like I wouldn't see her that often. It's just like making the time to just spend time together.
Mm-hmm.
Daisy, if you watch this, shout out to you.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Yeah, she's a wonderful woman.
She is lovely.
Like the 3 times.
We had two double dates, I think, right? Yard House and then Maggiano's.
And then she came over for a game night one time.
Oh yeah.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
At your apartment.
Yeah.
Your first one. That was our first game night.
Yeah. So you know.
We did play it.
We played Mario Kart 2 and we played Grab My Hand.
Hippo.
Hippo.
Yeah.
Kristen loves that game.
Great game. We didn't even mention that in the last one.
Well, we were going to talk about party games separately.
Oh, that's true. I guess that is a party game, yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. Grab my hand.
It's just such a great time.
But yeah, that's what I remember from Valentine's Days. I hope in the future I'm better at stuff.
Would you? So I know this is more of like. I think I know your point of view on this, but I just want to ask you this. But like,
Ask me.
as a man, how do you feel like? You know, conventionally, it's normally like the men who give gifts to women and stuff like that. Like, if a woman would be the one to like give you more gifts and stuff like that on Valentine's
I'm
Day.
all for gender equality in that sense too. Like, I definitely am a proponent of like women asking men out. Also, Sadie Hawkins style. Let's do it. Probably comes from my own anxiety about that.
Well, I mean, I wish
and
there
like
was...
not knowing and then being like, oh, does she even like me? Like, if you come up and like, hey, I like you, you want to go out? Then I'm like, okay, cool, I know where you stand.
Yeah.
Let's do this. And like women being more active on that front. Like I'm not a huge fan of like the men have to do anything. The men have to pay for everything. The men have to do all the work. I don't like that. And maybe that's just me. But, you know, I want to be taken care of too. You all want to be passenger princesses. I want to be a passenger prince sometime. Why not? Why don't I get that luxury? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm not going to take care of my queen, but I want to be the king too. You know what I mean? Like, let's just take care of each other, man. Why do I got to do everything?
I hear you.
Equality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Is that a thing in the gay community?
What?
Equality?
Gender?
I hope so.
A passenger king?
But, like one person being expected to do more than the other.
Absolutely. That's a big thing in
Does
the
that
gay
transcend?
Who would you say is expected to do more in a gay relationship?
Yeah, how does that work?
The more dominant person.
Okay.
Most of the time, that's how people perceive it. I'm not saying that happens all the time. I'm just saying that's what it's perceived most
It's
of the
still, it's
I don't know. I wouldn't
it's
say
still
that's
a
how I perceive it.
paradigm in your world.
Yeah. Which is subjective and, you know.
I feel like it's because, you know, there's always the role of the man versus the woman in, like, the house or in a relationship or
Yeah,
anything.
because that's
But
how
also,
people
like,
understand things.
Everybody always tries to shove, like, you know, which one's, you know, the woman or whichever and stuff like that. And I feel like that happens
I
a
don't
lot.
subscribe to gender roles. Go get your bread, women. If you earn more than me, good for you. That would be awesome.
I'll be the house husband.
Dude, hell yeah, dude. I'd be a stay-at-home dad. I don't care. That sounds awesome. You know?
That's Josh's goal.
Yeah.
I get you. I get that. I understand. So I don't subscribe to that style. Also, it'd be nice if someone bought me dinner. I'm always happy to buy dinner, and like I would always offer to buy dinner. But you know, the times when Daisy's like, "No, I got it." It's like, "Oh, okay.
You're like, oh,
Okay.
oh,
Thank you." You know.
yeah, no, I get you.
Like I will always offer though. I will always offer.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
always put my card down first. But like you know, if you're gonna say no, thank you.
He usually puts his card down first.
I do, because I'm impatient.
He takes it out before the bill's even here.
Yeah, because I'm impatient.
I do that when I want to assert dominance and be like, "No, I got this."
Nah, I just do it because I just do it because she'll come by with the check, and I feel like this happened once, and it just annoyed the shit out of me. Where it was like she came by with a check, and you just kept talking and talking and talking. I'm just like, you're not even gonna take out your card.
Josh
to
is
just
like, I want to go home. Get
yeah,
me
at some
out of
point,
here.
like
Get me out of
she's
here.
came by like 3-4 times to see if we put the check down.
What if I'm still eating?
I don't know, because I've
I've
done that too with people where like we're just talking, like we're not even worried about the bill. We're just talking, we're having a good time. You know, we'll get there when we get there. It doesn't mean it's not gonna get addressed, but like you know, we're just in the
Sometimes
moment.
there's no rush. I was just enjoying your company, and
Sometimes
all you're thinking about is leaving.
Yeah,
Yes.
Josh is like, get me out of here.
Yeah, I'm
now.
like, get me out of here. We can do
ASAP.
both. There's no reason why we can't do both tasks at the same time.
But sometimes it's just nice being out and somewhere else.
Sure, I'm with you.
You can pay the bill and still like sit there for a hot second. People
Well, I
do
think
that.
the thing
No.
is, and I'm going to defend you for a moment. Let me defend your honor.
Okay.
Defending your honor.
I think the thing comes is like when you pay the bill, then you're expected to leave. Like,
Yeah.
you're done. Get out of here.
Yeah, because they won't ask you to leave until you pay, but as soon as you pay,
Transaction's over.
they want you to leave.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I wait to pay, I can stay at this table.
Yeah.
And you know, the longer you stay, if it's unreasonable, you should tip more. Because you're hogging another table that could have been there and given them a tip.
I think there's a balance to be had.
And depends on how much service they're still giving you. Like, if they're just kind of ignoring you, like, maybe leave an extra $1 or $2. But
And
if
probably
they still, like,
get out of there and be like, all right, I hear you.
if they're, like, refilling drinks and stuff and, like, take as much time as you need, honey, then, like...
See, but so you that whole thought of like, you know, after you pay the bill, whatever, and you know, you just that's when you're expected to leave, whatever. I'm like, someone else needs to get the seat. Someone needs to.
But sometimes it's not busy.
Sometimes, not all the time though.
But I know, because we used to do that with our family when we go to restaurants and stuff. We're just talking forever, and there'd be a lot of people just be like, just take your time. There's no
I think
rush.
you gotta read the room a bit, but yeah.
Man,
And I don't think we've ever been in a place super crowded, and I was just like, no, I'm not ready to leave yet.
nah, but it just happened one time. It's like, okay, I guess
Do you remember what restaurant it was?
Probably Cheesecake Factory. I don't remember.
All
So
right,
what's
anyway,
yeah,
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. It's a day.
Did
but-
I answer your question?
Yeah. I that's pretty much what I figured you'd say.
Yeah.
I know you're a big equality kind of guy.
Same.
I try to be.
I think both of us are, partly because, you know, we're twins, and we always grew up with things should be equal between...
Even though
Us?
I never were.
Well, we also were raised by strong women, and I think
Same.
that matters.
Well, that too, but I just mean, like, even between us, and, like, how I think of it between us is it's like, you know, everything should be pretty equal, except for some parts where they're not, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think all parts being equal is a sliding scale, right? Like,
Sure.
you know, they're...
Well, yeah, and sometimes somebody picks up more slack here, sometimes... So you pick up more slack here, and it's like, it's equal in, like, the grand scheme, not, like, per task.
Yeah, like, my problem in the past has been I'm paying for everything. I'm driving all the time. Like, it's always on me. It would be nice if it wasn't always on me.
Which is why when, you know, we were doing a thing, I would pay for food, and he would drive.
Yeah, and that worked.
He wasn't always happy about it, but...
No, because I don't always want to drive.
I feel that. I don't always want to drive either.
And there were some times where I'd be like, well, then you can get the food today. And he'd be like, okay. Or like, I don't want to, fine, I'll just drive.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and that's fine, right? That works.
That's the agreement.
Fair is fair. Fair is fair.
But yeah, like we had the agreement during COVID because he wasn't working and I was. So I was like, I don't
We
really
don't have that same agreement.
want to drive.
It was
Sometimes I drive and I
limited
pay.
time offer. It was a limited time offer.
Sometimes I drive and I pay. In fact, I paid for his Carl's Jr. the other day.
Oh, that's nice.
I was gonna send you money for that. I forgot. It was $7.
It was. I was looking at
Breaking
my
the bank, dude.
I was looking at my statement yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, that's right. The card is on file." For
Yeah,
me.
I sent it and I was like, oh, I need to send Josh money, and then I got home and I forgot about it.
Yeah. So
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so we talked about how we celebrate, what
Sure.
it means to us.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a most memorable Valentine's Day that you spent with somebody?
Good or bad?
Because you've dated like a couple people. I don't know
At the same time,
how many were you.
I went from one to another to
Over
another. I
Valentine's
had 3 dinners one night. No, I'm just kidding. That never happened.
You can't eat that much.
I
Yeah,
can't.
you
No, I
absolutely
I
can't
need
eat
an
that much.
appetizer here, an appetizer there, maybe a meal here.
A soda pop.
Yeah, a soda poppy.
No, that's fizzy. That fills up your stomach.
I
You
don't
got
like
to drink
it.
water.
I don't like
Yeah,
fizz anyway. I mean, the most memorable thing, the first thing that comes to mind is the poetry book that Daisy got for me. She got that for me for Valentine's Day,
That's
and so
cute.
that stands out. And I remember we were at Barnes and Noble because she was studying, because she was still in school, or she's still whatever. But so she was studying. I was there. I was reading Saga. Have you ever read Saga?
No.
It's a graphic novel. It's really good. And I was just there hanging out with her while she was studying. So I was like, I'm gonna read something. So I got Saga and I was just reading it. And then she comes over to me and she's like, Happy Valentine's Day. And she gave me a book of my own poems, and it was very sweet.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's
And
very
then we went to dinner after she was done studying. But and I think that was the last Valentine's Day, or one of the last couple Valentine's Days. So maybe it's more memorable. One, because of the gift. The two, because recency bias.
Yeah.
Do you have a least favorite Valentine's Day?
So she got me this poetry book.
Yeah, this is really bad.
The poem is inside of it. Awful.
Yeah, I don't know who wrote that, but it's terrible. Honestly, no.
Nothing that stands out.
No.
What about you?
I don't think there's
Terrible?
been,
I can think of terrible.
I don't think
One.
there's been any. I've had any catastrophes. I'm sure there might have been some fighting on some Valentine's days because our relationship wasn't always great,
Sure.
but nothing like catastrophic that I can remember. I would be curious to know if she has a different answer. And I'm sure she does.
Call her up right now. You're like,
Yo, Daisy, what's up?
You
So,
think she'd be free?
you're on the podcast. I don't know what she's doing today.
We don't have to put her on the podcast, but we could just ask her to ask her.
Yeah. One day.
I don't know.
Terrible, yeah. The one where I was like expecting something. It was such a bad day.
Yeah.
Because like, I planned everything, whatever. We went to go see a movie. I don't even remember the fucking movie we watched, and whatever. And I don't know. To me, maybe it's because it was such a bad place where everything just got emphasized a lot more in my head. Where it's like, it felt like, didn't even want to look at me, didn't want to talk to me or whatever. You know, when we were done, I dropped him off his place and whatever. And then on the drive home, I realized like, I didn't even get a kiss today.
Oh,
Hey, you get Jack.
on Valentine's Day?
On Valentine's Day, yeah.
Oh.
When did he
That's
ever
sad.
pay for anything?
Yeah. Rarely.
Because he didn't work, really.
He didn't, because he worked at his family's restaurant, but he had a very bad relationship with his mom. And so at some point the mom was like, I don't even want you fucking working with me anymore. So he's just stopped working with her for a bit. He's working back now.
But yeah, so at the restaurant?
At the restaurant, yeah.
So he did all the driving and he did most of the paying because he didn't drive either.
Yeah.
I've been there.
That's a terrible spot to be.
Oh, yeah, I know. I didn't like it either.
Yeah, would he to feel like somebody's chauffeur and piggy bank?
Yeah. But yes, it was just a bad time. Not a great relationship.
Yeah.
So he's a good friend, but relationship wise, it's not the
What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite Valentine's Day?
favorite Valentine's Day.
Or a favorite
It's the
Valentine's
one when
Day,
I got him a poetry book.
or a favorite Valentine's Day gift or something.
I can't really think. You did the painting a little.
I did that during my lunch break.
You
Wow.
did.
So I think it was
Did you just free paint it, or you're watching a video, or what
No,
you
I
do?
free painted it.
What?
Yeah, I just looked at references.
Nice.
It's cute. I have it right on top of my where my monitors are at.
I've seen it,
so I
yeah.
can look at it.
Yeah, I free painted it. I just googled like purple orchid. And
We were like figuring out where to put like posters and stuff like that. And he's like, "Where do you want this painting that I draw you?" It's like, "I want it right there." It's like, "You don't want it over here to select?" Like, "No, I want it right there." It's like, "What if we put it over here?" It's like, "No, I want it right there."
Why are
aren't
you
you listening
him if
me?
you're not gonna listen to his answer?
That's honestly your downfall because you have ideas of how things look in your head.
Well, it's just because
And I hear you, but hear me.
Yeah. You're asking him, where do you want your picture?
Yeah.
well, it's just because so he has like the wall that his computer desk is on. And I was just thinking, if it's in the middle, it'd be hard to put stuff around it and also fill the wall. But then the way we placed everything else, it ended up opening the wall up to he could put his 2 flower pictures on there, which is fine. But I was like, maybe this should go more on the side so we can fit something bigger in
And
the
I'm like,
middle.
I want it there.
So I was like, how about we save it till the end, we place everything else, and then we can figure out where you want it. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, fine.
So we can figure out where you want it. You already told him specifically and exactly where you want it.
He does that. You do that from time to time, and it knows the shit out of me each time. Because I'm like, I'm giving you a direct answer, and you're
saying, yeah, but I don't want it.
Yeah.
It's something
It's like you don't
want
care
it
about
there.
my opinion.
I just didn't think it looked good there with everything else.
But it's
But
his
and that's
picture
fair.
and it's his side of the room.
And that's fair. I knew where I wanted because that's what you drew that for me, and I wanted to look at that.
it went over there. See, I was just gonna put it on the other side, but he faces that direction more because it's where the second monitor is.
Yeah, and I knew that, so that's why I wanted it right there.
But yeah, it is there. It's
Yeah.
what he wants.
Well, I would say that's like my favorite gift that you gave me because you put the effort into that. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
cool.
went home during my lunch break because I was like, oh, I didn't get Josh anything. I was like, what do I want to do? And I was like, I don't want to just get a flower again.
Yeah.
And I think it was like a couple weeks beforehand. He bought all this painting stuff, so that that's when we drew the ocean scenes. And I was like, what if I painted him a flower? And so I went home because that's when my apartment was like 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
From work, and I painted the whole thing during my lunch break.
Guys, what's your favorite gift, Ian, that you've received, or your favorite day in memory?
I can't remember. I mean, I like that we just have a chill like pizza day, and we'll go do something somewhere else.
Yes.
But like he said, I don't think he's gotten me any Valentine's Day.
I'm not a
gifts.
big giver. Very rarely.
You don't even get him you don't even get him a bag of Starburst?
No.
No.
I'm like, it's my day.
He's a queen over
Yeah,
here.
no.
He's a handsome queen, but he's a queen.
Once a queen, always a queen.
I get one day. You get every other day.
But that's not even true. I pamper you all the time.
You do.
Do you have any favorite Valentine's Day candy?
Nah.
It's all the same as all the other candy.
Not a big chocolate fan.
What would be the thing that you would want to receive as a Valentine's Day candy? Just Reese's?
I mean, I guess so. I wouldn't say no.
I'll take a bag of Kit Kats.
Or I like
or
Three
like heart
Musketeers. I
Yeah,
like
sure.
Three Musketeers. I'll take, any candy I like normally would be fine.
Yeah. What about you? What would you like? Starters? Specifically orange?
Skittles, specifically all of them.
I don't need no grape or red.
What? Red's good.
You can have them.
So yeah, Starburst.
I mean,
specifically
I'll
orange or
take
yellow?
Starburst or Skittles, yeah. But I do like Kit Kats, Three Musketeers.
He was so offended one time when I asked him, like, do you like the red Starburst? And he looked at me like such disgust because he's like, you should know this.
Because you want to know when he asked that? It was like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Can we talk about this?
It's been like 2 years. Like, why don't you know this?
Yeah, he was so offended, and meanwhile, in my head, I'm just like, I just have a lapse of memory right now, and I'm asking a simple question. I didn't think this would destroy me.
Anything against Ian is a slight to humanity, and you better not.
Well, I just feel like...
You better not, Josh. Remember everything, all the time, always.
I just feel like my favorite flavors of, like...
Don't even ask.
Worst memory. Here.
Candies and stuff like that is kind of... Because it's always the same. It's always the orange and yellow flavors.
It's always grape and lime.
And lime's not bad. Don't hate lime.
I'm not hating.
Grape sucks.
Sucks to be grape right now, huh?
Wouldn't want to be grape.
Looks like grape.
Talks like grape.
Do you have any
Smells like grape.
memorable TV episodes for Valentine's Day that you can think
Not
about?
a single one ever.
There was that one episode of Glee. They had a Valentine's Day where they were all like doing karaoke. He's like, "Oh yeah, here's your Valentine's, and here we're gonna sing to you." And it's like, "My heart's a radio," and I'm like, "Okay, that's
Oh,
nice."
that episode.
I forgot about that song.
That's a good episode.
I don't remember
Or
anything.
good scene.
I don't remember anything.
My
And at the very end, they're like,
Is that the Gym Class Hero song?
I think so. Yeah. I don't remember the episode other than that.
with Adam Levine, right?
Adam Levine.
Yeah, you're right, Josh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're always right.
I know.
Okay, well, I think that's it. I want to say Happy Valentine's Day
Yeah.
to the boys.
Yeah.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day. Hearts all
Hearts.
around.
Hearts.
all
Hearts
around.
to the audience.
Heart.
Or if you're from a different country, hearts.
Money? No.
No, hearts.
I know.
Hearts.
Wait, but hearts.
Do you guys know the origin of this heart? Why it looks like that?
looks like a lady's butt.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know things.
Yeah, you do.
I tell stories.
It's all.
So let's end on that note. That non-sexist note.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to follow us
I already
on
said bye. You can't talk.
on all of our platforms. New video every Tuesday at 10 a.m. PST.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.